like a war crime. Many had predicted the conflict in Ukraine will kick off another Cold War. Tonight, we want to tell you it has already begun. NATO has put 300,000 troops on high alert, 3 lakh soldiers. That should tell you something. NATO leaders are meeting in Madrid for a summit. They're taking a tougher line on Russia. They're also talking about the threat from China. 4 Pacific powers are attending this year's summit. And that shows the kind of focus they have on China. So what is the NATO planning? Is a new conflict just a matter of time, or will they intensify war by other means? On Gravitas tonight, this is our cover story. First things first, what is a Cold War? Something that is not a typical military war, but it involves proxy battles. It involves economic sanctions and often a serious military buildup. Basically, everything other than what fighting with weapons entails. This is the broad definition. The last century saw a Cold War between the US and the erstwhile USSR, part of which is now Russia. This Cold War lasted for almost 50 years. It ended with the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. Now a new Cold War has begun. You have your proxy battle, the war in Ukraine. It is pitting the West against Russia. You have your economic sanctions. And now you also have a serious military buildup. Yesterday, NATO made a big move. They have stepped up their deployment significantly. Earlier, 40,000 NATO troops were on high alert. Now 300,000 soldiers will be on high alert. This is the NATO's quick reaction force. If Russia attacks a NATO member, the alliance can send troops more quickly. These soldiers will be based in Eastern Europe. NATO says Russia is now, quote unquote, the most significant and direct threat to this alliance.
These troops will exercise together with home defense forces, and they will become familiar with local terrain, facilities, and our new pre-positioned stocks, so that they can respond smoothly and swiftly to any emergency.